What's up guys, Kyle here, and today's video is going to be about dry camping. How we dry camp, where we dry camp, where our water goes once we use it, where our water comes from, how we get power, and much, much more. Coming up after this brand new intro. Okay, so first let's talk about what dry camping or boondocking is. Dry camping is the act of taking your RV or camper and camping on any public land that doesn't have access to hookups such as water, electric, or sewage, hence the name dry camping. Most of these places are free with the exception of a few like state parks that charge a very small fee. Do keep in mind that they're not giving you electric, water, or sewage hookups, they're giving you a small plot of land, so these fees usually range anywhere from $10 to $15. Dry camping is a fantastic way to find some phenomenal camp spots. It is preferred by people who like to live off-grid, have a little bit more privacy, and the whole free aspect around it is great for both full-time and part-time RVers. With a little bit of knowledge and effort, dry camping can be just as comfortable as staying at any RV park, while still staying true to the experience of camping. Two places that we frequently dry camp are national parks and any land owned by Bureau of Land Management. If you're by either one of these two places, then you might be able to camp for free and save a few bucks. All the bucks. Because it's free. Both of these places do, a majority of the time, offer dispersed camping, but I do suggest to always check the website of whatever forest or land management location you're planning to visit and read up on their rules and regulations. Now, when traveling, rather than paying the overnight fee at an RV park, we prefer to stay in a few RV-friendly parking lots. A couple that we have experience with are ones such as Walmart's. We've stayed in a couple different rest stops. I know that Cabela's as well as Harley Davidson are usually friendly towards different RVers that are passing through. Now, it is common courtesy when staying at one of these businesses overnight for free to spend a little bit of money in the establishment, whether it be the cheapest service or product that they have or something that you need. It's just a way of showing your gratitude for the free overnight spot. Now, if you're traveling and you're looking to save a couple bucks and stay at one of these free boondocking or dry camping spots, whether it be a parking lot, a national forest, or any other type of public land, an app that we commonly use to help us find a free spot that fits our needs is FreeRoam. FreeRoam is an app where other RVers and campers can share different locations that they've found and their experiences there. FreeRoam offers things like the crowdedness of that specific camp spot, the noise level there, the road difficulty up to the camp spot. People who have stayed at this spot before can leave reviews and post photos of this spot. FreeRoam is kind of like the hotels.com for dry camping. FreeRoam also has a pretty in-depth search filter where you can really narrow down the type of dry camping experience that you're looking for. Guys, we use FreeRoam all the time. It's where we find 99% of our overnight stays when we're traveling on a budget. So most standard RVs are going to have three typical holding tanks. They've got a freshwater tank, they've also have a gray water tank, as well as a black water tank. The freshwater tank is fairly self-explanatory. It carries all of your fresh water, all of your potable water used to do dishes, to drink, the water that you're going to use to shower in. Now, after all of that water goes down the drain, you don't want to reuse it. It's been used to wash your hands, to wash your dishes. It's no longer clean. All of that water flows into our second tank, our gray tank. And if you haven't already guessed, the black tank is the most undesirable of all the fluids that we are holding on our RV. It is the sewage. Okay, so now that we understand the water tanks, there are two main things that we're going to need to do to prepare those holding tanks to go dry camping. The first one is going to be to fill up the fresh water tank with fresh water so that we have water to take showers with while we're dry camping, we have water to cook with while we're dry camping, and we have water to drink while we're dry camping. The second thing is going to be to ensure that the gray and black tank are fully emptied. You want to make sure that you have as much possible space in those two tanks to receive as much waste as you can from those showers, from doing those dishes, and from using the toilet. A couple places you might go to dump your tanks and to refill with fresh water are different gas stations and truck stops that offer RV dump stations. Campsites, usually for free if you're already staying there, or for a fee if you're not a guest of that campsite. I know a couple different RV dealerships have dump stations on site for a small fee. Most of these places do cost a small fee if you're not staying there, but it's generally anywhere between $10 to $15. And guys, you've got to clean out the tanks and refill the tanks to have a successful and comfortable dry camping experience. So now that we have found our gorgeous dry camping destination on free roam, we have prepared all of our holding tanks on our rig to dry camp. It is time to pack up everything that we're going to need for our weekend getaway and hit the road. Now, once you arrive at your campsite, you might be wondering what the next step is. Well, arriving at a dry camping spot in an RV is very similar to arriving at a normal camp spot in a tent. You've got to set camp up. But Kyle, I'm in an RV with electric jacks and an electric awning. How will I get power to set up? Good question. And the answer is a generator. We use a generator when we're dry camping or boondocking for all of our power needs. I do know that other people have different solutions, but the most common way to get power when out boondocking on public land is going to be a generator. So once you start your generator and plug your RV's power into it, you should be able to put those jacks down, roll your awnings out, and set up for your stay. Now, most free camp spots do have a 14-day limit on them. There are a couple more popular boondocking spots that have a smaller limit on them, so always make sure to check the website of whatever public land you're traveling to make sure that you know the designated spots, rules, regulations, and the amount of time that you're allowed to stay there. A lot of people ask us how we cook dinner while we're boondocking or dry camping, and the answer is fairly simple. Because we have running water and power, we generally cook dinner the same way we would if we were hooked up at an RV park to shore power. Now, we are camping and we are usually boondocking to get an outdoor experience, so a lot of times if the weather is nice, we do like to use our grill and kind of stay outside of the RV when we're boondocking or dry camping. But of course, it is nice to have the option of a microwave, stove, and oven inside. After that, what you do is entirely up to you. You're in the great outdoors, so I will suggest outdoor activities while dry camping or boondocking, such as hiking, swimming, fishing. But we do have our rig set up with a TV antenna as well as a mobile internet router. So a lot of times once the sun goes down and our fire burns out, we still like to come inside and enjoy our Netflix and Hulu regardless of where we are. As long as we have cell phone reception, we've got internet inside of our rig. Guys, I hope this video helped you understand how we take our camper from an RV park out into the middle of the forest and still maintain water, electricity, and a lot of the comfort and amenities that we have in an RV park. I'd like to do a video on some tips and tricks that we've learned along the way that have helped improve the comfort of boondocking beyond what I've already talked about today. Some different gadgets, tools, and upgrades that have made boondocking a whole new experience for us. Until then, if you guys like this video, have liked any of our videos, or like us in general, please remember to hit that red subscribe button before you hit the red X and hop off the internet today. We'll see you guys next time.